Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. We are back to get your fall thrift on. And if you're not certain what I am referring to, our next guest will tell you just that. Because if you're not thrifting already, our next guest will help you get started. Sue Pitchforth joins me. She is the principal designer at Decor Therapy Plus. Sue, how you doing?
I'm doing great. So glad to be back on the show. And hope to see you in person next time.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to having you, Sue. And Sue, this is probably an exciting time for somebody like yourself, right? When it comes to the change of season, I get it probably gets your blood flowing a little bit more and excited to work with clients, right?
Oh my gosh, you said it so well. It's almost like my head's going to explode because there's so many great things that people can do for fall that doesn't have to cost a lot of money. And thrifting certainly is one of the ways that you can really infuse personality and fun into your home.
So how would you describe thrifting? What is it exactly?
So I think the majority of people think of thrift stores.
Right.
You know, there's Value Village, there's Salvation Army, the Mission Store. So there's all types of thrift stores, consignment stores as well. But I also like to include like the Buy Nothing groups.
Right.
If you're Facebook and you haven't found a Buy Nothing group in your area, it's pretty amazing what people want to part with and share. One man's junk is another man's treasure, even in the Buy Nothing groups. And also, too, the restore, yard sales, garage sales. I've been known to even tiptoe on garbage day and early in the morning and pick up a few things. But
nice.
And that's in my neighborhood, right? So if my neighbors have seen what I've done with their, castaways, I think they would want them back.
You're speaking my language, Sue. You know, my wife and I, we love doing that as well. And as you said, the Buy Nothing groups are a fantastic way to get some real great finds. Well, let's talk about some changes you can make. And paint is a really big one because it's affordable. Yes, it takes some work, but to make a dramatic change, it really is an affordable way to do it.
Oh, for sure. And the majority of people think of painting your walls, obviously.
Right.
But, the big trend in the last year, 2 years has been really painting those vintage pieces that look dated. Here's a great example. A client's dining room set, was handed down from a family member, so they felt that they had to keep it. Right. Did not like it. It didn't go with their look. So they decided to paint it and selected this beautiful dark charcoal gray. And as you can see, Derek, it's updated and modern. It's incredible what paint can do.
Well, and you mentioned, going on, garbage day and finding those great gems, and you can really reimagine pieces. And you have an example of that today, don't you?
Oh, I do, for sure. I think most people have their grandmother or great aunt's vintage tea carts in their basement or who, in their shed. Here's a great example. Another client, she had it, she didn't know what to do with it. It was really taking up space. And she didn't want to get rid of it, but look, she's painted it. Honestly, she had no fear. And when she sent me this picture, I could not believe it. And I said, I didn't know you were an artist. And she laughed at me and she said, Sue, those are decals.
Oh, really?
So honestly, even me as a designer was fooled and totally jealous of her skill. But yeah, so, she painted it white and then found the beautiful decals, the botanical decals, and put them on. Now, actually, it is one of the most prominent pieces in her home. She loves it, and she knows that her grandmother would just be so thrilled.
I love it. It reminds me of sort of that shabby chic look, right, that a lot of people are going to, taking a piece like that and turning it into a little bit shabby chic and lightening it up as well, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
Let's talk about that front porch, right? People are coming to your house. I mean, we've got Thanksgiving coming up, and you might want to wow them a little bit, and you have a great example of how you can do just that in an affordable way.
Yeah, for sure. So the photos we're going to share with you are my front porch, and I'm very proud to say that every single thing on my porch has been thrifted in some form or fashion. So I love, as I'm sure you could probably tell, decorating to the season. And fall is just a great season.
Yeah.
So you'll see it with mums, little mini scarecrows. The birch logs stay all year. And I have a vintage antique pump that I found. Lanterns, the easiest thing you can do with a lantern is throw some mini pumpkins in it, a few leaves, and maybe a candle, and you've got a great look for your porch. And I don't know if the audience noticed that witch's broom, but I had to pick it up. And picked it up for like 99 cents at the Mission.
Nice.
And my son's like, Mom, you got a new car. I'm like, no, I didn't.
I love it. My wife has one just like that, and we joke around because I call her the Wiccan, because my wife is all about naturopathic medicine. Before we go, to anything else, we're going to try this first, and we don't even question it anymore. We just close our eyes and open our mouth and let her pop whatever it is in. Let's talk about our tables, right? Because again, not just for the holidays or Thanksgiving in general, but it's nice to dress up your table.
Oh, absolutely. And for me, I've always been very, I say go over the top, but this fall season, I wanted to be much more simpler. So actually, I was thrifting and found this beautiful cotton runner. This year, I wanted to introduce navy and cream into my Thanksgiving or my fall decor.
Okay.
And the long piece of wood is actually charcuterie board.
Oh, nice.
I bought mini pumpkins at the grocery store. They're in bags now. Had some eucalyptus and a candle. So it's amazing what you have at home. You may not think you do, but you actually have a lot of what you need at home. And when we put it away, in the basement or in the storage room or where have you, we tend to forget what we have. So I always like to put everything together.
Well, and that's probably the biggest piece of advice we could probably end with here, Sue, is go down to that storage room in your basement, take everything out and see what you've got there before you go to the store, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I guarantee you, because I know I live it every season, it's like, oh, I didn't know I had that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Exactly.
I'm so excited.
Sue, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure having you. We'll be right back after this.